Larry Matarasso here at Douglas Elliman in East Setauket, and I'm with Brian Saunders of Douglas Elliman. Brian is the exception to what is considered a long-standing rule when it comes to realtors and also mortgage people. It's been said that nobody ever wanted to grow up and say, oh, I want to be a realtor or I want to be a mortgage loan officer. Brian, on the other hand, is one of a kind when it comes to that. He's 21 years old, and if you ask Brian, and he's going to tell us in a second, basically right out of the cradle, he was born to be a realtor and born to be in the real estate industry. So how did that start for you, Brian? Because you know that is very unique in that most people are not like you. Their mind is not thinking, even at your age, 21, or even in your case, much younger, that you wanted to be a realtor. How did that all start for you?
So that all started for me. Growing up, my father has always been in the construction industry. He's always owned his own construction business, Saunders Construction. He's been a contractor for 35 years, and I'm actually fourth generation to that business. I work with him full time. I also own my own company, Saunders Properties, doing construction and renovations, new construction, things of that nature. And
well, you were an entrepreneur at a very young age. So, was
Yes.
there a lemonade stand or something for
There
you
was
growing
always
up?
lemonade stands. We had lemonade. We had half and halves for $1 more. We had some snacks put out. There was always that drive from a very young age. My parents always had me doing chores and teaching me that, you know, if you want to make a good living and you want to work hard and make good money, you know, you got to earn it. Nothing's given to you in this life.
But that's so unlike a lot of people of your generation. No offense, but what was the reaction from your friends growing up when you're out there hustling for every dollar, earning a living, and they're inside their parents' homes playing video games? Like, how did you deal with that? There must have been some kind of pushback or comments from your friends growing up.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. A lot of people like to say a lot of different things. A lot of people have different outlooks and how they're going to be successful and the steps that you need to take in order to be successful in any business. But growing up, I got to say, for the most part, all of my very close friends were very supportive of the idea. They always told me that I had a great drive. I always had it in me. I was always very good with communicating and being very personable with everybody that I meet, promoting my business, great integrity, hardworking, always want to leave every customer with nothing but great things to say and great reviews, no problems. So, yeah, I would say growing up, most everybody was supportive and said, yeah, you know what, you're going to do great doing that. You have the right personality for it. You have the right drive. And I think I would say it's working out pretty well so far.
And you saw from your father the example of working for yourself instead of somebody else. And that's what, a lot of people before they get into real estate, and in a lot of cases mortgages, don't realize that you are the business. You have to market yourself. So I'm sure your father set a good example in terms of running that business. So what were some of the things that he did that kind of instilled that upon you, that entrepreneurship in terms of running your own business?
Yep. So from a very young age, I had always watched my parents work very hard for their money. Late nights, early mornings, weekends. There's never any time off when you own your own business. If you want to be the best and you want everybody to promote you like you're the best, you need to do the extra mile. You need to put in extra hours. You need to stay there late. You need to come early. And I credit it all to my parents from a very young age. I've been fortunate and lucky enough to watch them work and be able to explain things to me, but not only so much, seeing how hard they work and how often that they're actually, doing something for the business, but also, being a sole proprietor and being employed for yourself comes with its perks. Being the owner of the business, you take vacations when you'd like, you get time off when you'd like. You wake up one day and you say, hey, I'm not feeling it today. You go back to bed. Not that that happens very often, but if it does, you have the luxury of saying, hey, you know what, I'm not going to do it today. And I think a lot of people who work, there's this whole idea behind, I'm going to get out of work and then I'm going to go have a good time and have fun. Whereas for me, I've been fortunate enough to find my passion and my love for what I wake up and enjoy doing every day, which is building, buying, selling, renovating, everything to do with houses. I feel at home. I like getting up early. I like putting in the work. and I like seeing all my customers more than satisfied with the results.
No, that's great. Great work ethic, I think, is the necessary ingredient for any kind of success in any field in life. Now, the obvious question and opposition and the obstacle that you have to overcome, you have people out there who are accustomed to realtors being in that age range of 40-something to 70-something, people who had a career beforehand, people who will say they have the life experience to sell real estate. You know that's going to be an obstacle for you going out there. You've overcome it already. You already have some listings and you're very, very new to the industry. How in your mind and in your approach do you overcome that obvious obstacle, the objection of for somebody as a buyer or a seller working with the 21-year-old realtor?
Yeah. Well, I think the number one thing, first and foremost, is confidence. You have to be confident. You have to lead with your chest. You have to speak like you know everything that you're talking about, which in most cases you do. But if you didn't, you need to have that confidence. If you're unsure about something, you need to know who you need to speak to get that answer for your customer. And with confidence being the number one thing for me, I also feel that my background in the construction industry really helps me to understand the type of house that I'm showing, all of the different aspects with plumbing and electric and hot water heaters, oil tanks, gas, all of that good stuff. I feel that although I'm young and I'm new to the real estate industry, I'm not new to the construction industry. I've been in the construction industry for going on 6 years now. I'm fourth generation, and I feel like with that background, it really gives me an advantage over some realtors who may not know as much about a house that they're walking into with their buyer, and if they have a question, they may not feel like they're able to assist them, or if an inspector needs help with something, or the appraisers, you're there to point stuff out and kind of show them why that you feel differently than them about it and actually have credible evidence to back it up with.
No, that's very important. I feel this year, and this is going to lead to my next question, this is going to be the year of the first-time home buyer. What we saw in 2020, 2021, much of 2022 was the first-time home buyer, because the market had run up so much that those people were shut out of buying. But I really think 2023 is going to be that year of that first-time home buyer coming back. So talking to those younger first-time home buyers, what's your message, Brian Saunders, to them?
My message to all the younger first-time home buyers is there's nothing to be worried about. There's lots of houses, different kinds of houses, old houses, new construction. Good stuff for all the DIY projects that I see a lot of these younger homeowners looking to do. Get out there and do the stuff yourself. That's great. That's fantastic. But it's an overwhelming experience coming in and buying your first house, and especially if you have no background in the construction or real estate industry, you don't know much about what you're looking at. You see a pretty house that has a new paint on the walls and it's good. But really, it's deeper than that. It's about all the mechanicals of the house and appliances and, the septic systems and things of that nature. And I feel like that's a very almost,
underappreciated, maybe overlooked. Right?
Overlooked, yeah, that's a good word for it. A very overlooked aspect of everybody feels like, maybe you have the funds to buy the first house, but you don't have all the knowledge that you should be having when you're buying your first house and things to look at. And I think with my background in the construction industry, new first-time home buyers will feel very comfortable walking through a house with me, as any questions they have, I'm able to answer. I can search deeper than the surface for them. I can take a look at the mechanicals for them. And I feel like when you're working with a realtor like that, a lot of the fear about, is this house all right? It may look good, but is it actually in good mechanical working order? I feel like I'm able to assist with a lot of those different questions that first-time home buyers may have and be worried about.
Brian Saunders, lots of luck to you. Off to a great start. So if you're looking to buy your first home in the East Setauket, Stony Brook area, or in fact anywhere on Long Island, Brian Saunders is there. If you're looking to move up and you need some expertise in terms of construction, Brian Saunders is your man. So Brian Saunders, lots of luck to you here at Douglas Elliman in East Setauket.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.